Okay, now we've gone ahead and outlined all of our parts to our quadrant. Now we're going to go ahead and make copies of this. I'm going to select the object, so grab your selection tool. I'm first going to group it together because I want this to travel together as one thing. And I'm going to go ahead and hit Command C, Command F, and I'm going to reflect. So object transform, reflect vertically. When I drag it over, I'm going to hold the Shift key to keep it perfectly straight. I'm then going to select both parts, and I'm going to do Command C, Command F again. I'm going to go ahead and transform and reflect, but reflect horizontally. Then I'll hit Copy, and I will, if it doesn't work, just hit Command Z and try again. There we go. Hold Shift and click down. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get started coloring this quadrant. So I need to ungroup my objects, and I'm going to go to my fill panel, and I can use the swatches that are here. I can also use my color picker, but I'm going to go ahead and use the library, and I'm going to go into scientific. So I'm going to focus in on triad or triadic. And you'll notice that it gave me a bunch of colors to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and just start assigning. I'm going to use this one. Actually, no, I'm going to use this one. I'm going to start assigning color to these. I'm holding Shift to select more than one object. I'm going to make all my circles the same color just to keep it consistent. Make sure you don't accidentally select something that you don't want to. You'll know because it'll color something that you didn't plan on having colored. And there is a challenge to having a very limited color palette. So you really have to do some thinking about where you want your colors to be. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and color this square, and I'm going to show you something that's going to happen. So automatically, what has just happened is that this box has now covered up my circle. So I'm going to go ahead and select it, and I'm going to send it to the back. The problem is it sends it behind the purple. So I'm going to click on my purple one, and I'm going to send that to the back. And then I'm going to click on my triangle or my pie section, and I'm going to send that to the back. So if you have things that disappear because other things are covering them up, then that's how you fix that problem. And I'm going to go ahead and I want to try to grab that circle that I made. Maybe it's not there. Yes, it is there. If that happens, go ahead and with your zoom tool and just try to grab, yes. So grab the shape with a more zoomed in view. Okay, so I've decided I'm going to break up some of this orange. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, now my analogous colors. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to ungroup. And I'm going to come into my library, go under scientific, and look up analogous, and they give you a lot more color choices. I'm going to go with blues. So I think that blue is so close to the purple I have going on over there, so I'm going to stick with blue and greens. And I'm going to assign my circles. Try not to grab other shapes. Okay. Okay, now this is where I have to start getting strategic. So I decided in my last design that the circle and these little sections were going to be the same color. So now I need to do the same thing for this side. This color happened to be the same color that went to this circle, so I'm going to have to color that circle green eventually. But let's go ahead and color this square. This square was the same color as the outside color, so that means I need to finish that, and I'm going to send it to the back. I'm going to send this to the back, and then eventually send that to the back. Okay. And that means this color should match that color, but then my circle needs to be green. So even though I'm doing random colors, I'm being very careful to figure out a consistent pattern so that it's not going to look like a big mess. This orange matches this orange, so I need this circle, or this half circle, to be that blue. Okay. Alright, the next video I'm going to show you is a finished version of my project, and then I'm going to also teach you how to take this idea and then turn it into a sketch for your second artboard.